Hey everyone, K0 here, and I kind of wanted to do an end of the year overview kind of thing of what happened to me because this is a pretty big year for me, and it's something that I kind of want to just talk about and discuss. So, a lot of big events this year. Probably the biggest one for me personally was finally got married. I've been together with my wife for 17 years almost. January 15th, it'll be 17 years that we've been together. But we only got married in March. But it was a really interesting story. The reason we haven't gotten married is mainly because of budgetary reasons. We didn't have a lot of family who can kind of like throw in and help us. And I mean, we could always have like a small wedding and whatnot, but Shannon always wanted to have a picturesque wedding and whatnot. So we just kind of kept putting it off until we got really lucky. There was an entrepreneur who moved into the area and he purchased a historic home and he was renovating it. And kind of like as a promotional thing, he decided he was going to give away a full wedding package. I mean, the whole ordeal. The bride got hair and makeup and everything. The venue was taken care of, everything. He had a little chapel on the property of the historical building he was restoring. And so he teamed up with the local newspaper, and basically it was kind of like an essay contest where you write in and the best story would get the full wedding package. And I had written a really good story, and it was basically just going over the hardships that me and Shannon had faced over the years, including my kids, my surgeries and everything. And she was my rock. She's a superhero. She took care of me after I had my surgeries. I'm talking 2-3 a.m. Urinal dumpings and my leg compressors. Recharge them, put them on, take them off, everything. Change my dressings, and she went well above and beyond, and she deserved this wedding. And so I kind of wrote about that and just our history where we met online. Me and her met online in 2002 on Yahoo Chat, which back then was completely unheard of. It was only for like psychopaths and nefarious people to meet online at that point. The internet wasn't as kind of public as it was today. It was still in its infancy. And so I emailed it to him, and I got an email back the same day, and he said, "Hey, listen, I need to talk to you." And so we talked on the phone, and he told me, "Look, I'm not saying you won, but you pretty much won." He said, "Unless some sort of Hail Mary crazy story comes in, you pretty much got this back." So I was like, "All right, cool." So he literally was like, "Look, go ahead and start shopping for dresses and all that stuff." So contest was nearing its end, and he called me and said, "Look, you didn't win. There was a couple, and what's the thing, a story that's going to get in the South that's going to win over everything else?" The guy was a veteran, and I'm not saying anything bad about veterans. My mother's a veteran. It's just like the newspaper wanted a really kind of like, what's better than a story about a veteran winning a free wedding? You know what I mean? Like, so, but the guy was really awesome. He decided that since he loved our story so much, and we had met at some point before the contest was over, and he really liked us and our family, so he decided, "Look, I'm gonna throw you a wedding still. I mean, it's not gonna be the crazy wedding package or anything, but," he said, "Look, you deserve a wedding. Your story was amazing." So we got a wedding, and it was wonderful. It was very surprising because I haven't seen a lot of my extended family for a long time. It's just not big on communication. We're not like a super tight-knit family or anything like that, but they, some of them decided to fly in, and I was very surprised with a lot of family members who came, and it was an amazing experience. It really was, and I was very happy that the wedding was as wonderful as it was, and I got to see a lot of my family that I haven't met yet, and I haven't met my kids yet. So that was a really good time. And what's funny is everything big that happened this year happened around the same exact time. Another big thing for me was I got a motorcycle. I've always wanted to ride a motorcycle, never kind of had the guts to do it. And yeah, I always picture it. It's so ironic too, because I always picture motorcycles as being really expensive. Like, you know, you think Harleys when you're younger. And I remember seeing the prices, you know, were, you know, $20,000 or more, you know, $18,000. That's as much as a car. I'm never gonna have a motorcycle, and I just assumed all motorcycles were expensive. Now the ironic fact is, I got a 2018 Zero S, which is an expensive motorcycle. You know, it's in the 5-digit range. So, but I want to do that, and it was all electric, and that was one of the real reasons I kind of started riding, and one of the reasons I got the Zero was it's all electric. There's no shifting, there's no clutch, there's nothing. It's just you twist the throttle and you're gone. And not only is it, you know, super torquey, it gets up to speed really fast, it looks really good, and you know, you can kind of take it easy. There's different settings and modes on it. So, you know, I started on eco mode, which doesn't let you like hammer the throttle or anything like that. Even if you were in sport mode and you hammer the throttle, it's just gonna kind of just gradually just shoom take off. It doesn't let you just bang right out of the gate. There's limiters, and it has a slight delay, so you don't wheelie yourself right off the motorcycle. But yeah, I learned to ride that way, and with the endorsement test, which is the actual like skills test that you have to take to show, hey, I can ride a motorcycle, I got to skip 2 major sections of it because I can't stall the bike, and I don't have to shift. So it basically got to skip 2 giant parts of it during the skills test. And even then they were like, wait a minute, what do we do here? So that was a lot of fun, and I've been riding for 9 months now, and I got the motorcycle. I had 1,991 miles on it, and the other day when I last rode it, it had 10,966 miles on it. So I put, you know, about 9,000 miles on this motorcycle already in just a span of 9 months. And I've been really enjoying riding. It's very freeing, and it's just a lot of fun. And I'm very happy to have gone that route. If you think about getting a motorcycle, I highly suggest it. It's a lot of fun. And the other major thing, it didn't really happen to me, but it was a big part of my year, was my mother had a knee surgery, and I had to take care of her for the most part. She couldn't get up and down stairs or anything, so I invited her to come sleep on my couch. That way we could take care of her. She's around, you know, that way, you know, if something happened and she was, you know, in her home, there wouldn't be any risk of like, hey, look, somebody needs to get there quickly, or, you know, somebody needs to move her out or something like that, like an ambulance. You know, there wasn't obstacles in the way, so boom, she was right in my living room. And I took care of her. And my family that came up for the wedding, because this, like I said, this happened all in a span of like 2 weeks. Family came up for the wedding, helped me take care of her and whatnot. They even, and I remember getting the motorcycle, and I didn't have my permit yet, my learner's permit. And even when I got it, I still couldn't ride it because my mother had the knee surgery. You know, I can't just bail on her. But once my family got here, they're like, look, you've been doing this already for like a week. Just go ahead and, you know, just go for a ride, you know. So it was just a crazy, insane year for me. A lot of good, some bad, but overall, 2019 was a huge year for me, and it was a big step up from the previous years. Me and my wife are closer than we've ever been. The fact that we're married now, it's more significant in the relationship than just saying, look, fiance. 'Cause we've been engaged for like 4 years or something insane like that. What a year this was, and I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to 2020, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds. So, how was your 2019? I know mine was pretty darn amazing. Let me know in the comments below. I plan on putting out just a couple more videos. I know I get sidetracked and I procrastinate when it comes to videos, so I apologize for those of you who wanted to have updates and stuff, and I just haven't been uploading regularly whatsoever. But hopefully that'll change soon. I'm not going to promise anything, but I just want to wish you guys a happy 2020, And I'll see you guys next year.